What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Many men have anxiety and or depression, but we will not talk about, and will get moderately annoyed at you for bringing it up. Holy shit, this got gold. Thank you, kind stranger. I remember when I thought this was a successful post, when it had only like 30 upvotes. Sometimes we pee on the poo stains in the toilet, because we are too lazy to use the scrub. Sometimes we don't talk to people cause we don't want to intimidate them. I might see a girl with a cool shirt on, but I don't want to make her think I'm coming onto her or something. Rather than freak her out that a 66 guy thinks she looks good today, I just leave her alone. Especially if we're on an elevator or something where she can't leave, if she actually is uncomfortable. We get raped too. Can confirm I was molested by a neighbor's babysitter, 15F, when I was 7. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me, but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day, but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us are into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we are gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up, whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we are weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl. And we often don't talk about it because people will often straight up tell us we are lying about it if we do. If we haven't carried in all the shopping in one go, we haven't done it right. IDK if other guys feel this too, but I'm always afraid of accidentally making women feel uncomfortable in my presence. For example, when I happen to walk in the same direction as a woman in front of me for a while, and am not even interested in women in the first place. Maybe this is more of a dad secret, but I don't babysit my own kids. That's called fathering, damn it. My dad served in the Pacific during WW2. A kid from the Bronx. He had never been out of the Bronx in his entire life. Then he got sent to New Guinea. Decades later, as he lay dying in the hospital bed, he told us, as his young friends were being slaughtered by other young men, just before they died, they always cried for their mothers, never for their fathers, always for their mothers. He said, they were just kids being slaughtered by other kids, and then they died in his arms. Their last words were always, where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Never for their fathers. That affected him for his entire life. And had lived a long time. He was the lucky one. My dad fought in WWII on the European front and said the Some guys would always cry out for their mothers. He reinforced how important it was to be gentle and nurturing to a boy. A lot of porn is really weird. Just because we watched a video about banging a stepsister while her head was stuck in the dryer doesn't mean that's some sort of weird fantasy. The girl just looked good in the thumbnail. If you compliment my appearance, I will probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. I'm a woman. In college I complimented this random guy in line for coffee that he smelled really nice. It wasn't a pickup line or anything, I just enjoyed complimenting people. About a year later we ended up having a class together and I didn't recognize him at all. He came up to me and thanked me again for the compliment I gave him a year ago and said he hasn't forgotten about how nice that was for a stranger to be so upfront and to compliment him. We'll be married 7 years in June. Edit. Thank you for my first medal. I love sharing this story. We have the magical power of thinking about nothing. Manspreading isn't a sexual thing. We're trying not to crush our balls between our legs. After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time we try to dry the face first, then the sack. But sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. Edit. Uncontaminated. My balls are clean after a shower. Just, you know, wiping the balls then wiping my face is just kind of yay. And then by the next day the towel forgets and it resets. I'm secretly an emotional wreck. I just hide it. As an older man, we don't expect you to look like a supermodel as we age together. Yes, at times I do see you as I did 30 years ago, and every wrinkle and flaw disappears. Yes, there are times I see every wrinkle and flaw, and know how you got every one of them. They are beautiful too. It's not uncommon for us to genuinely think you're beautiful without any makeup. This comment will be buried. But those perfectly round toilets suck. It's super annoying when your junk touches the inside of the toilet bowl. The oval toilets like in most public toilets are much better. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I can vouch for this. I was upset with myself for not picking up what I thought were clear hints when he responded frustrated with, "I don't understand hints, just tell me what you want, woman." He really helped me communicate better. I don't know why we grow up thinking we can't directly ask for things. I just spent the last hour shouting all of these to my husband in the other room, and him replying, yep. Bunch of snitches in this thread. At least they didn't disclose any of the serious stuff. Like stuff about that meeting we all have once a year. We don't talk about that. We don't care how popular or unpopular you are with other women. So it shouldn't factor into how you value yourself when dating. Edit. Thanks for the gold internet, stranger. When people come crying to us, our first inclination is to fix the problem. Since this is often not possible, lead with something along the lines of, "Can I vent for a minute?" or anything that signals to us this is just a time for active listening, rather than a problem solving session. Otherwise it's just awkward WTF is going on here in our heads. Simply saying you need to cry tells us exactly what we need to do. When we want to be alone, it's not that we don't want to be around you, it's that we don't want to be around anyone for a bit. If we tie down anything in the back of a pickup truck or trailer, it's physically impossible for us not to stand back and say that's not going anywhere. Apostrophe. This is shockingly accurate. Might even be accompanied by shaking the object a bit and looking at your friend for confirmation that he also saw how much it's not going anywhere. Edit. Silver. Thank you so much. These guys' secrets seem to fall into 3 areas: male genitalia, toilet habits, and the lack of psychic powers when it comes to women. Got it? You forgot the fact that all men know who killed JFK, but we signed a non-disclosure agreement. There is no amount of hot sex that will stop us from masturbating as soon as we are alone. It's 2 separate releases and you just filled up the spank bank. We really do think your hair is good. It looked good before and after you got a haircut. It looked good curly and it looked good straight. It looked good when you woke up and when you made it. As long as it's shaped like the hair we gave girls on stick figures when we were 5 years old, we think it looks good. We don't get the hint. Saying "I almost broke my neck in the driveway" is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind I'm thinking thanks for the heads up. I'll be careful. Subtle hints do not work. Obvious hints do not work. Anything short of spelling it out ABC style at us will not work. When I try to pick up on hints I get it wrong almost every time. When the penis is flaccid, we sometimes like to stretch it out or tuck it inside our balls for fun. You can squeeze the head of your penis and the tip lips will move like a mouth and you can talk to it. Oftentimes, we genuinely don't care where we go to eat because we're just hungry and want food. Any food, as long as you eat some too. Edit. I'm glad someone liked my toilet comment enough to give me gold. I promise to use this responsibly. I'm a girl and I found out through the years that when guys say something, don't think too much into it. Like what's the hidden meaning? Don't overthink it. Guys normally say stuff that should be taken at face value. At the urinals we typically pee on soap bars. I saw plastic mats to reduce splash damage and smell. Do you mean bar soap or a urinal cake? Because I've had the pleasure of never having to pee on soap or ice yet in my life. The mental struggle we have to go through to not scratch around our groin in a public setting. It'll take 100% of my willpower to not do it. The itching can drive me insane, yet the euphoria from actually scratching it is so good. I often imagine this must be what it's like scratching a dog's ears. Ladies, you need to slap us across the face and yell "duck me now" at the top of your lungs in order for us to get a hint. Edit. No, I don't encourage violence. But writing ladies, exclaim in a clear and calm voice, "Sir, would you want to engage in sexual intercourse? I have a brochure with precoital activities we can amuse ourselves with, just doesn't have that comedic punch to it. Jesus loves some of you guys more than others." Every guy has, at one point, used their erection to hold up a towel upon exiting the shower with an unwanted erection. We desperately want you to toss us things instead of just handing them to us. No matter how you shake and dance, the last 2 drops go in your pants. As a favor, I worked on a girl's car one time and got pretty dirty. Afterwards, she asked me if I wanted to come inside and take a shower. I told her no, because I hadn't brought any clean clothes to put on after the shower. She just kinda giggled. Yeah, us guys aren't exactly too bright when it comes to reading between the lines. I had a girl tell me that my haircut looked nice. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. Edit. Hey, thanks for my first gold and silver. Rat. Edit 2. Platinum. Thank you so much. You're a legend. We can't move our penis without closing our butthole. Edit. Thanks for all the silver and the gold. This is really blowing up. Just because we're in the shower for an abnormally long time doesn't mean we are jerking off. Guys like to have long hot showers too, you know. I like hugs. You monster, I bet you like hand holding too. Ducking degenerates SMH. I'm not staring at you. I'm zoned out thinking about how I'd start a brewery in medieval England whilst my eyes just happen to be facing your direction. Edit. Spelling. Guys also like to be walked up to and asked out. My current girlfriend, soon to be fiance, asked me out. We worked at the same company, and she just came up to me and said, "Hey Justy Burger, I think you and I should go get dinner tonight." I asked her who else was going, and she said, "I think it'd be nice if it was just you and me." So yay, that was pretty cool. If you have a son, don't rush into his room and demand that he get up immediately to do chores or some shit. He definitely has morning wood and would appreciate not needing to hide a boner from his mom. Give him like 5 minutes. That when you fling your underwear off your leg and catch it, you feel like a ninja. 100% shared by both genders. It's not that we can't take hints, we are just afraid of looking too far into something. If someone is flirting with me, I have the dilemma of, is she actually into me, or is this just how her personality is? If it is hot outside, and you see a guy do some wacky dance, they are just unsticking their balls. You fool. You've destroyed us. There is an unwritten rule of bathroom urinal etiquette that is never taught to young men, but is somehow universally known. When a man enters a public restroom to pee in the urinal, he is to occupy every other available urinal from other urinating men, meaning the prime peeing positions are in urinals 1, 3, and 5 if that is available. 2 and 4 should only be occupied if there are no other choices. If, by some unfortunate circumstance, you come across urinal 1 and 4 in use, with 2 and 3 open, always go for urinal 3. When 4 leaves it, balance it back out to odd numbered urinals being used. Only weirdos choose to piss in the urinal next to you when there are plenty of open urinals along the wall. Also, if we have to use the toilet to piss, we tend to piss on the side of the bowl to make less noise. How often we fantasize about saving the day from terrorist attack or something. Sometimes we like to be the little spoon. If the big spoon is smaller than you, it's called a jetpack. It's actually not always so easy to get an erection. Sometimes he's tired, or he's nervous or worried, or he's on meds that make it difficult. Antidepressants are notorious for this, or any number of things. The stereotype is that men are always ready to get up and go. But this is far from true. So don't expect it. And don't be offended when his dick doesn't want to play, even if he does. Sometimes we want to not do anything cause our dicks get hard for no reason. If we have a goofy hobby and you take interest in it, even the slightest, we love it. I'm a big gamer and my wife, who also games, but not the same ones I play, will often watch what I'm doing, ask about the game, and generally take an interest. Her saying "Oh, are you looking forward to Anthem?" is really cool, and I appreciate her interest. It's be so easy for her to pay no attention, and her doing so makes a big difference. Our aim isn't bad, it's just sometimes a weird spray. If our balls are itchy, we don't actually scratch them. Instead we rely on clever little pinches to the nutsack. That when you ask me what I'm thinking, and I say it's nothing, it's just that it would take too much effort to explain why I'm deciding if Bruce Lee trapped in a bionicle would be able to fight off waves of small animals like the pickle Rick scene. Sometimes we masturbate just to pass the time. It is not sexual at all. It is a bit like making a coffee to pass 10 minutes. We're just as insecure as anyone. We provide a valuable toilet cleaning service which is underappreciated by peeing off any stains that might happen to be clinging onto the inside of the bowl. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.